Yo, what's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Radio What studios. And this is the KeysDAN Show with an interesting fact. You know, I'm always trying to learn some stuff, and if you like the sound of my voice, maybe you can learn along with me. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. Now, on with the show. Today on the program, the Statue of Liberty used to be a lighthouse. Did you know that? Lady Liberty has pushed her torch high into the New York City skyline since 1886. But at one time, the grand statue did more than just inspire Americans. It was also a lighthouse. The same year, French sculptor Frederic Auguste Bartholdi oversaw completion of his copper creation, formerly named Liberty, enlightening the world. President Grover Cleveland approved a plan for the statue to be lit as a lighthouse. Engineers believe the Statue of Liberty's torch at 305 feet above sea level could act as a navigational tool for ships approaching the New York harbor, and set work installing 9 electric lamps within the torch, plus more along Lady Liberty's feet and in the statue's interior. At 7:35 p.m. on November 1st, 1886, engineers flipped on the power switch, washing the Statue of Liberty in light for the first time. However, the light stayed on for just 1 week due to a lack of funding, and it took 2 weeks of darkness before the U.S. Lighthouse Board could secure an emergency budget. Even once the lights were turned back on, some questioned the statue's efficacy as a lighthouse. Newspapers reported that while the lights were initially planned to reach 100 miles or more out at sea, in reality, the torch was visible just 24 miles from the harbor. By the early 20th century, the lighthouse was considered useless for boat navigation, and on March 1st, 1902, the U.S. War Department, with approval from President Theodore Roosevelt, extinguished the light permanently. Did you know that? Numbers don't lie. There's a little tidbits at the bottom of interestingfacts.com, which is where I got this information from. Man, that's a good website. They got a lot of interesting facts. Numbers don't lie. Pounds of copper used to create the Statue of Liberty, 62,000. Stairs visitors climb to reach the Statue of Liberty's crown from the main lobby, 377. Average number of visitors to the Statue of Liberty each year, 4.3 million. Crates used to pack the Statue of Liberty in 1885 when it was shipped from France, 214. Well, there's an interesting fact about the Statue of Liberty. It was a lighthouse. For more, stick around. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. That's it for the KeysDAN Show, for this edition anyway. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace.